Hi, I'm Sarah Robinson. I'm senior journalist in the communications team at Nautilus International. Today, we're going to be talking about maritime jobs and union membership in offshore renewables. And I have with me my colleague Michel Steketee, who is Senior National Secretary at Nautilus, based in our Netherlands branch. I'm going to ask him a few questions about offshore renewables. Welcome, Michel.
Hi, thanks.
So, Michel, what kind of jobs are there for Nautilus members in offshore renewables? Are there different kinds of vessels that are used in offshore renewables?
There are several kind of vessels for the offshore wind. There's the construction vessels. There's the multi-purpose supply vessels. There's the crew transfer and the supply vessels. And the use of them are dependable on the stages of development of the wind farms. Could be the construction period, or the operating and maintenance period, or the decommissioning period.
So, what kind of sectors are people coming from when they switch to working in these new jobs in offshore renewables?
Well, in the Netherlands, we've got the big four, we call them, in the dredging sector, four big companies, and all those four companies are also operating now in the offshore wind. And you see that sometimes they have new personnel for those ships, but there's also a change from the dredging sector to the offshore wind. But we also see that companies operating before in the oil and gas, or still operating in oil and gas, they also make the switch to the offshore wind. So from those two sectors, there's new crew, new personnel in the wind offshore, and there's of course also new personnel coming in. They're leaving school, and they don't go to dredging or to oil and gas. They just start immediately at the offshore wind.
Oh, that's interesting to know. And what kind of training and familiarization would you need if you were coming from dredging or coming from offshore oil and gas?
Well, that depends on the kind of job you're doing. If it's the operating the vessel as a captain, or a first mate, or chief engineer, it isn't that different. But for the crane operator, for example, we had some members working in the dredging sector before, and they went to the offshore wind and they became crane operators. They needed extra training for operating those cranes.
Hmm.
And it's also for the dynamic positioning that requires extra training as well.
Okay, understandable. Why should seafarers in offshore renewables join Nautilus?
Well, at first, every seafarer should join Nautilus, because we stand for securing decent wages and working conditions. So also in the offshore wind, that's something we work on.
So, are we looking to negotiate new CBAs or collective bargaining agreements in the sector?
Well, in the Netherlands, we tried to accomplish a national sector CBA for the offshore wind, but it was very difficult because the employers don't have an employers association for the offshore wind. They don't see us as a counterpartner in this. And so we changed our strategy a little bit from gaining a national CBA to gaining CBAs on companies. Some companies where we already got dredging agreements, we want to broaden those agreements also to the wind offshore personnel.
So some seafarers are already members of ours,
Yes,
and
for
then their
sure.
company transfers to new work in the offshore renewable sector, and they
Yes,
stay members with us. And
yes.
that's
That's right.
good. And how are we growing our membership base in the sector?
What is important that we reach those employees and to get in touch with them, to talk with them about the membership. And there's several ways to do that. First of all, our members who we've already got, we can ask them to get in contact with their colleagues. We've got, for example, our Telegraph, also a Netherlands edition, and there's a QR code at the back, which our members can show to their colleagues and advise them to follow that QR code to become a member. So that's one thing through our members, but we also do fleet visits where we talk for ourselves with those employees and try to get them as a member as well, to convince them of the membership.
With the members that we already have in the sector, what kind of support are we providing to them?
At the base, we've got two kinds of things we do. It's the collective part. We negotiate bargaining agreements, but there's also the individual assistance we can give to members, and for example, the legal advice, or when there's a problem with illness or with wages that were not paid or wrong paid.
Supposing somebody's watching this today and they would like to join Nautilus, what should they do?
Well, they can go to the website, they can fill out the membership form and become a member. And we inform them with everything we've got to assist them.
Great. And I will just say that if you are a member based in the UK, you go to www.nautilusint.org and you click on join. And if you're based in the Netherlands, it's www.nautilusinc.org/NL and you go to Voortlit. Okay. So anyway, thank you very much for being with me today, Michel.
Yes.
And we'll see you again soon.
Okay, thank you.